we've got the booziest, right? Booziest? Pretty sure. The booziest beer out of this pack. Right in this can. So take a seat, grab a beer, let's enjoy this boozy bastard of a brew. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Maple Brewski, from the Brewski Review. And today the beer that I have for you guys is the booziest beer in the Brewtopia Project Brew Winter 2021 pack. Right? If I'm not mistaken, do we show the other stout? I think the other stout in here that isn't a main Project Brew beer, but is in the pack for sure, is only 8%. This, made by Nicola, is called Woodhaven Double IPA. And oh my geez, Nicola, geez, did she ever make this a boozy bastard of a beer. 8.5% alcohols by volume. And the funny thing is that she doesn't even enjoy, or at least from my memory, she doesn't enjoy big boozy beers. So she thought, why not? And I fucking love that. I absolutely love that mentality. May not be the kind of beers I like to enjoy, but hey, I'm a brewer. We can brew beer to whatever degree we want. So she went super boozy, and I'm excited. Nicola is a great individual. Was my brew partner for my first and second semesters. We worked pretty damn well together and definitely brewed some fantastic beers together. So Nicola, this one's I'm very excited to try this. Let's dive in. 8.5% Woodhaven Double IPA. Holy Jesus. Let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. Don't have a Beer 101 pint glass with me because they're dirty at the moment. I've been doing a couple reviews already, so I got Samuel Smith pint glass. Is what it is. Let's pour it up. Let's see what we got. Darker in color. I'm going to pour a little bit, not as much as usual, just because it is 8.5. But let's take a look. Nice amber color. Fairly clear beer. Nice off-white head on top. Looking fan-freaking-tastic, if I do say so myself. I think that might be one of the more clear Project Brew beers. Quite nice. Let's dive in on that nose. On the nose. Ooh. Boozy. Earthy. Piney. Woody. Drying from all that booze. Holy jeez. Okay. A very unique aroma profile. With a nice little touch of like a, candied sugar and caramel malty note to it. Now, I'm not a big fan of malty and hoppy beers, but I really like that aroma. What did I say? Yeah. Earthy, woody, rock candy, caramel, and boozy. Absolutely boozy. Let's dive in. This is one of those beers where the ABV number on the can gets translated into the flavor. You know this is boozy. And it's not an unpleasant aspect. Sometimes some beers come along and they say they're boozy, and you know they're boozy, but it's not a good flavor. The alcohol-y flavor of this beer works beautifully well with the with the flavors of this beer. I gotta have another sip because it is quite unique. But again, what I'm getting on that first first bit, a little earthy, fairly boozy, a little bit of that caramel rock candy sort of sweetness to it. But yeah, I need more. I need more. This is a, for me at least, a fairly complex flavor profile, which works off of that first sip. But we need more. We need to learn more. So with that said, guys, cheers everybody. Well, let's keep on drinking, and cheers to you, Nicola. Damn. Yeah. Slightly earthy. Ever so slightly earthy. Dark fruit characters. Like dried... almost like dried apricot. Or dried peaches. Which isn't a dark fruit. Not at all. But some of the dark fruit characters... a little bit of like date notes in there. Caramel's gonna take out that rock candy. And then alcohol. That's a very brief description of it. It's hard for me right now to pick up what's going on because the flavors are so delicate, I want to say. I think that might be the best word to use. But damn. It's flavorful. It is a very unique experience. But unique in like all the best ways. As far as double IPAs go, it's very interesting. Because it doesn't really have like a darker West Coast vibe, like Bone Shaker. It kind of has aspects of almost like a boozy amber ale, almost wee heavy sort ofness with that caramel mixing with the booze. Those two beers are semi-hybrid between those two styles. Seems to be the best way I can explain what I'm getting off of here. So it's boozy, it's hoppy, yet at the same time malty and delicious. And wow. Wow, wow, wow. Also with the mouthfeel. It's a heavier beer. And does have a little bit of almost... it's not syrupy-like, but it's a little bit more syrupy than you would think of you know, a double IPA. Kind of again reminiscent of almost like a barley wine syrupiness kind of, not as intense, but also like a wee heavy. Very interesting. I'm actually a very big fan of this. Very big fan indeed. Let's see what the can has to say. Obviously, we've been through a bunch of these cans. We have Woodhaven, double IPA, 8.5%. What I was meaning to say is let's take a look at what the pamphlet has to say. And in here, as we open it up, as we take one more sip, because goddamn, that is, wow, okay. That's interesting. That is interesting but delicious. Let's see. Here we go. Nicola Woodhaven double IPA. Style double IPA, obviously. What does she say about this beer? This highly approachable double IPA is well balanced with malts and hops. Brewed and double dry hopped with Amarillo, Centennial, Columbus, and Simcoe hops. A lot of hops going on in here. This beer is satisfyingly bitter with a fresh hop aroma of floral, citrus, and pine. Estimated ABV, 8.5%. And you got that 8.5%. Awesome on the accuracy there. A lot of hops going on in here. Satisfyingly bitter, yes. With a fresh hop aroma of floral, citrus, and pine. For me, not as much floral, definitely a bit more woody and caramelly. Citrus, I can kind of see, but it's overshadowed, and pine, 100%. Approachable is a word that I kind of want to play around with. It's approachable, yes, to people that love big, boozy IPAs and more malt-forward IPAs, in my opinion. But for the average drinker, I would probably not see this as being approachable. If I was coming into craft beer and just started to dip my toes in it, I would say this is not approachable. But then again, I have to obviously say that majority or if not all of these descriptions were written up before either the beer was finished or even before the beer was actually brewed. So there is that large discrepancy, but approachable is not the right word for newcomers to craft beer, especially big boozy craft beers, but approachable to seasoned craft beer drinkers. Yeah, I can see that. But wow, yeah, a balance between bitter, a balance between malt and hops. I can see that. I like the balance a lot. Because like I said before, some West Coast, especially the dark varieties, say like Bone Shaker, to me always have a weird clash between the hops and the malts. But looking at Woodhaven here, the hops and the malts are working quite well together, flowing the flavors pretty damn well, and giving you a unapologetic, boozy beer. Very happy with this. Very happy indeed. Oh, that boozy kick in the back. Yeah. Boozy kick in the back, like a very similar to some wee heavies, which I personally really enjoy. The booze in here, it's evident, but it's not out of place. It fits for me. It fits in the flavor profile overall for my palate, which I really do enjoy. I can't speak for everybody on this beer. I mean, you can never speak for everybody when you're reviewing or tasting a beer, because everybody tastes something totally different. Very highly subjective subject matter here. But yeah, I can see people either probably loving this beer or maybe hating this beer, just because of how boozy it is and the very delicate flavors and almost in some regard clashing flavors. For me, they're not clashing at all. They're working beautifully together. But I can imagine other people might be tasting this and thinking it just doesn't work. But again, that's just up to everybody's individual palates. And I'm letting you know so you don't take my word 100%, because you can't, because that's not the kind of subject matter we're dealing with. But from my point of view, and going off of my point of view, because these are my videos, this is my opinion, it works beautifully well, and I love that booziness to it. That evident booziness that just makes sure you know you can't knock these back and expect nothing to happen to you. You're drinking this and you know you're in to feel something. You're in it to win it. If getting a buzz on is your goal. God damn. I'm a huge fan of this beer, which I'm very surprised at, because I don't like, malty, hoppy beers usually. But this is working for me. This is really working for me. Holy shit. God damn. Cheers, everybody, on the final sip. Let's get ready to ratings and wrap this thing up. This has been a treat. Booze on the end is fantastic. That's awesome. Nicola, Woodhaven. Your Woodhaven double IPA. 8.5%. Holy Jesus. Holy Jesus. That is a match of flavors made in heaven for my palate. Boozy, a little malty, a little woody, piney, touch of citrus. Like you said, I can kind of get a little bit of a citrusy rind to it. But all the flavors for me flow absolutely beautifully into the next. And it's a heavier beer, but not too heavy. A little syrupy, a little too syrupy feeling for my liking. But then again, if it was any less, it wouldn't be what it is, in my opinion. A pretty solid brew. And you know what? I'm going to go exactly what the ABV is. Sitting this at an 8.5. I'm a big fan of this. Very, very big fan of this beer. God damn. Can't wait to drink the rest. But with that said, guys, before I leave you, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want me to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Nate Brewski, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Nate Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. The biggest boozy beer is now going into the glass. And I'm gonna sit on my ass and enjoy this while I watch some Netflix. Cheers.